All right, number 75. How long before people are in spirit can they communicate? How long do they have to wait? That's the subject of today's video. Please like it, comment below, click the subscribe button. All those things help other people to see these videos. The short answer is no time at all. People can immediately communicate. I have reasons for saying that. I'll go into them in a minute, but I do want to talk about it a little bit. So I've heard a lot of people give time periods, some famous mediums, some not so famous mediums, and I think many of them believe what they're saying, and I think many of them are trying to give a sense of certainty to their clients or to the public, because certainty is comforting. And so the thing I've heard most often is 6 months. Oh, they have to wait at least 6 months before they can communicate. I don't believe that. I think it can be instantaneous, but I do think it is a very good idea to wait at least 6 months after someone has passed before you go to a medium with the intent or the desire to communicate with them. Because even though there's no time limit for them, your own emotional state matters. I found, for example, when somebody desperately wants to hear from somebody, that it's actually harder for me to connect. That's happened to me several times. I do connect, but it takes longer. They're not my best reads. And also, I know from my own life experience that there's a whole year when someone passes, there's a whole year after they die where you've got your first birthday without them, your first Thanksgiving without them, your first New Year's without them. There's a whole year of firsts I think it helps to live through that first. So I just wanted to throw that in there, that I think it is a good idea to wait, but there's no need to wait. So the reason I believe that there's no need to wait is because I've gotten a couple of people, this has happened to me a few times, but I've gotten people mediumistically who are not yet passed. So the first time that happened, I was with this woman, I got her really clearly, and then when it came time for the message, it was really weird. I said I feel this sense of relief to be able to communicate, which is a weird thing for someone in spirit to say. And my sitter laughed and said, she's still alive. She's in a coma. That's why you're getting that. And I was like, what? Because that had never happened to me before. So people who are not completely free of their bodies can communicate the same way someone who is completely in spirit can. That happens. It's not very common, but it happens. Another person I've gotten twice now, it's the grandmother of a friend of mine, and she's not unconscious, but mentally she's very out of it. Doesn't know who people are, doesn't know her surroundings, that kind of thing. And I've gotten her really clearly, and twice, but the first time I didn't know that she was still here. So, and she's not even unconscious. So it's a thing. And in both instances, when I've connected with someone like that, it feels exactly the same as connecting with someone in spirit. I am not going psychic in these readings, meaning reading the client psychically, because a couple of times they didn't know things that they had to verify later with other relatives. So I was definitely getting the information from the communicator and not from the person sitting in front of me. So that's a thing. I hope you can't hear all the noise that's suddenly happening outside my house. I apologize if you can. I have to say, I really believe that life and death and the physical world and the spirit world, it's all way more complicated and wonderful than we realize. I don't think you can simplistically say 6 months and they can communicate, or somebody told me once the spirit world is exactly 3 feet out of alignment with this world, like stuff like that. I think it's an intent to give certainty to people about kind of a mysterious subject. Anyway, that's what I believe about that. I know that's short. I just don't have that much to say on this subject. Next week, however, should be very interesting. I want to talk about objective versus subjective. So you can get information as a medium objectively, so you're seeing it the way I'm seeing the computer right now, or subjectively, which means seeing it in your head. And that works for seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling. So I want to talk about all of those next week, objective versus subjective. That should be an interesting one. As always, like this video, comment on it below, click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this time, and that's it. See you next week.